Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Financial Literacy. But first, before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to all the wonderful mothers out there who continue to sacrifice every single day. Especially my mother. You push me to be the best person that I can be every day, and you've helped me with every opportunity that's come my way in my life. So I'm forever thankful and grateful for you. So happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. So, guys, today we're going to discuss what it's like to be a smart consumer, understanding what it's like to be a healthy skeptic, and knowing what healthy skepticism consists of. So, healthy skepticism has a lot to do with just asking questions whenever you're spending your own money. Don't believe everything that you hear when you're shopping, when ads pop up on your social media, when you're on the internet. They're not telling the whole story. Knowing that you need to do your own research no matter what you're buying or how you decide to buy it, or if you know what you want. Also, you need to understand your wants and needs. You gotta paint that picture of, if I buy this, what is the long-term use for this, and how will that be effective for my finances in the future. So, for example, whenever you're shopping online, say for clothes or something like that, always check other websites. Do a price comparative analysis across the internet, and you want to make sure that wherever you're shopping, you're getting the best deal possible, the biggest bang for your buck. That's really important. Another way to be more of a smart shopper is creating a grocery list with your parents and go grocery shopping with them and have them explain to you what it's like to have expenses like this, and what it's like to have living expenses, what it's like trying to save money for yourself, for the family, for maybe future expenses, job opportunities, moving, different things like that. Anything that can come up in life. Talk to your parents about what it's like to have these type of expenses, and have them sit down with you and go into detail and discuss the actual importance of money. Another thing you can talk about with your parents about being a smart consumer is something that all young people deal with, and a lot of even older people deal with, is when you grow up and you don't really have a lot of money in your own pocket necessarily. You think about what it's like to have a lot of money, and you have this materialistic mindset, and you want to have all the fancy clothes, the fancy cars, and things like that. And so you imagine a future where you're buying this huge house, and you have all these nice gadgets and fancy cars in the driveway, and you're living this, just incredibly materialistic life. I want to put something in your head real quick. If you think about it like this, you have two people. They both pull in about $6,000 a month of income. You have one person who lives that materialistic lifestyle. They buy the fancy house, they buy the fancy car, they buy the most expensive clothes, and they look the part. They look like they're making a lot of money. Then you have the other guy who has the same income, but he's not buying the new house, he's not buying the new car. He's staying with his parents a little bit longer to help, build some wealth, or he's not buying a brand new car, he's buying a used car to save up some money. And he is budgeting himself. He's only spending about $3,000 out of that $6,000 he makes a month, and he just puts the other $3,000 in a savings account. And so over time, that wealth builds up, and then he reinvests that savings while still living off that $3,000 a month budget, which is very doable. And in about 5 to 10 years, his wealth has accumulated, and now these two people are living completely different lifestyles. You got one person over here still pulling in the same amount of income, but he's still spending the money. So there's not really much of a savings there. He has all these nice things, but there's no more money. He's spent it all. And then you have the other guy over here who's able to live like this now and still have a savings and accumulate his wealth even more as time goes on. So I want you to think about that as you continue to develop your understanding for financial literacy. And evaluating how you want your future to be. So a few things I want you guys to take away from this video is asking questions, being a skeptical consumer, doing your own research, making sure you're getting the best bang for your dollar, and talking with your parents about budgeting and their own lifestyle and their expenses and what it's like to have expenses on a daily basis, what it's like to live with a family and having to provide for them. So I want you to discuss this with your parents, and then check back in next week for the next episode of Financial Literacy. Happy Mother's Day.